Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. Originally, I wasn't going to make any content this weekend. However, I just simply could not help myself, and I thought, why not make a very short and sweet Cardano update video? So we are going to be diving into ADA. We're going to be talking about a number of things. We will be diving into the charts on a number of different time frames. We're really going to be revisiting stablecoins. In the surprise AMA that Charles Hoskinson gave yesterday, he spoke about Djed and how it was likely to come out in the latter half of the year. This, of course, wasn't what we were originally expecting. We were expecting it sooner rather than later. However, this is fine. And whilst we're on the topic of stablecoins, it's probably good for me to remind people why they're such a big deal. And remember, Coti's Djed isn't the only stablecoin launched on top of Cardano. There are quite a few at this point. You've got LiquidX, you've got DUSD from Ardana. You've also got ADA, which are a stablecoin protocol that not many people know about. I haven't done a great deal of research into this team. And there's a number of other things taking place within the Cardano ecosystem. So I thought we would go into that all within this video, try and keep it very short and sweet. Also talk about the overall markets, because there's a lot coming for ADA. And it's been a long time coming to get to the position that we're in, and great things should be on the horizon. But there is still the kind of down glare of the kind of macro markets and the situation around the world. And it's always important, very uncertain times, to take measures to perhaps protect yourselves against any kind of fallout from geopolitical events that may echo through. And we've seen them echo through into the crypto space today. So we will be talking about that as well. But let's get into it all, guys. Let's start with the charts. We know Cardano was seeing quite a nice advancement. And typically on the run up to prior hard forks, we have seen a move to the upside. We've got the Vasil hard fork in June, which isn't too far away. Is history repeating? There's a number of things on the weekly that have me rather bullish. One of them that we've been constantly talking about is this potential bullish cross on the MACD. Every time we've had one of these previously, throughout Cardano's entire history, there has been a move to the upside. So that's certainly something that we're keeping our eyes on. On a smaller time frame, you can see we are coming, we don't want to keep going up in a straight line, because eventually you come down the other side of that. What comes up must come down. What we're doing right now, advancing, holding ground for further advancement, is actually more positive than if we were just going straight up in a vertical line. So I'm not too worried about the price structure at all. I had somebody who is far more a way better trader than I'll probably ever be, has far more of an understanding of technicals and a number of other things. I actually did an interview with him recently that I'm yet to release, and I asked him to cover Cardano, and what he had to say was quite positive. So I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys once I've edited it. So from a price point of view, I'm not really too worried. The worry for me isn't really with Cardano, but more macro markets, more, the cryptocurrency market generally. And it's not even with the cryptocurrency market necessarily, it's with markets elsewhere that may affect our markets. But we've spoken about that in great detail, how, the cryptocurrency market has become ever tethered to the stock market at the moment during the kind of period that we're going through, and how it's, what kind of an asset class it's acting like. Let's talk about the Dubai surprise AMA from Charles Hoskinson. Get into it a little bit. Remind you guys that there are plenty of other stablecoins or stablecoin protocols, or protocols offering stablecoins launching, and that it's very typical. In my experience, when a date is set for a blockchain project to launch, it's usually never met. It's always delayed, or something's come up, and it's because it's very complex what is going on here, and not really something that you want to rush. So let's play this little clip, get into it, and then wrap this video up.
Studio. Hey, Charles, when Djed? I suspect that Djed will drop somewhere in the second half of 2022. I was kind of hoping to see it in the first half, but it looks like there's a lot of things with Vasil hard fork, which will make Djed significantly easier to deploy. So it's probably prudent to deploy that post-Vasil.
Yeah, I only really want to play a very short clip of that, with him talking about when, Djed's likely to launch. Stablecoin is a huge deal for the Cardano ecosystem. We've often showed you the comparison with other ecosystems. One of the best examples is TERRA, because they finessed the entire stablecoin game. You can't really hate on what they've done in terms of how they've utilized stablecoins to not only grow TERRA, but its ecosystem. If you look at the majority of money within TERRA's ecosystem, it's actually stablecoin. Their UST, you can see it here, is nearly half of, or is half of Cardano's entire market cap. So it's very, very impressive what they've done. And a lot of that money from the stablecoin has gone into not only Terra, but its own ecosystem. You're going to get a similar thing taking place with Cardano. This is going to get to the billions, tens of billions, you know, if not hundreds of billions into the future. Ultimately, it's just, you know, there's a few things holding it back at the moment. It's still being built out, and that's one of the really exciting things that we've got going on for Cardano. But they aren't the only stable coins launching. You've got the likes of LiquidX, which again is a 0% interest stablecoin. You've also got ADA DAO, which is really an unknown project. I'm going to be covering these, but I don't actually know, I'll be totally honest, a great deal about the project. I know what they are, what they're offering. I've read the white paper, but I haven't done any extensive research. So this is a DApp that I'm going to be looking into a lot more and potentially making a video on, as they are offering, again, 0% interest stablecoin borrowing, which is huge because a lot of that money, it's going to allow you to take less risky leverage positions and potentially invest it into the Cardano ecosystem at a 0% rate. So it's certainly interesting. We've got the likes of Meter, who are essentially a layer 2 protocol. Of course, they're launching on Cardano, and they're EVM compatible, which means that, you know, when we talk about an EVM bridge, what these guys are essentially allowing and facilitating is a number of things. But one of them that's really great for ADA is the interoperability with Ethereum tokens like Ethereum, or, you know, Compound, or any of your kind of EVM programmed cryptos. So there's lots taking place. You know, we're just, in my opinion, having a little bit of a pullback after quite a strong advancement. That's absolutely fine. You know, I think it was 50+%. We actually progressed from the bottom here. Yeah, 52%. It's normal to get a kind of pullback, and, you know, it's actually quite healthy. And it's not, we have been very cautious in regards to these advancements, because previously we've seen them actually go harder to the downside after advancing, and we didn't want that to be the case here. But so far the structure doesn't look too bad at all, and we've got a lot of things taking place fundamentally that could see further continuation of the price. So that is really all I have for you guys. It was really just a very short and sweet one. You know, we know what's happening. Charles also in this AMA spoke about the blockchain and how on every metric you can weigh it up by, it's continuing to grow and actually excel. So we know what the story is there. This was really just a short and sweet update, as we didn't put an update out yesterday, and I really couldn't help myself today. So that is really all I have for you in this video, guys. Again, you know, really the threat and the worry for crypto for me right now is what's happening externally to the crypto space. It's not crypto itself. I know where this technology is going. I'm a huge believer that blockchain technology is exactly what I say it is. It's a technological revolution, and it's going to, like the prior technological revolutions, really play a huge role in the world that we're moving towards in day-to-day life. And there's a lot of value that has to get swept up in that for it to get there. Also in terms of potentially new investments. You know, there's a lot going on macroeconomically, monetary policy-wise, and of course geopolitically, and that's the kind of the real downside threat to the cryptocurrency market right now, not its own internal fundamentals. So as I said, that's really all I have for you in this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. If you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, ladies and gents.